Hey guys, it is Christian here, and today I'm going to be doing my Golden Globe predictions, my only Golden Globe predictions for the season. So that's fun. That's exciting. so I'm gonna go over my predictions. I gotta get them up. Excuse me. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun live stream. I'm gonna go over all my predictions in all 15 movie categories, even the dumb box office one. We have to do it though because it's an official category. But yeah, it should be exciting. We've had many exciting things this season. We had the Gothams, we had AFI Top 10, we had NBR. The AFI Top 10 came out today, and it's the exact same movies I'm predicting for Best Picture right now, so that's pretty interesting. All 10. I feel like getting that really helped movies like Nickel Boys and The Complete Unknown. I thought, so that's pretty much my thoughts on that. So yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go over my predictions further. So yeah, I'm gonna go over my predictions further. So just I'll wait for some people to join before I go into it. Alright, so I have one person watching right now. I'm gonna share the video link in my community section for those who want to watch. Yeah, this should be a very fun video because Golden Globe nominations are on Monday. It's gonna be crazy. They're gonna make me flip out. So yeah. Oh yeah, so I have to get this up. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna go and share my predictions, and you guys are gonna get to see what I'm predicting to get in at the Golden Globes, the first like big major nominations of the season. So yeah, I can't believe we're already at the Golden Globe nominations. This sports season was very slow, but now it's starting to finally like pick up and become like entertaining. Alright, so here are my predictions. I'll close out these advertisements. So yeah. Alright, yeah, let's get right into it. So for each category I have 3 outside shots, and then I have what I think is getting nominated. If you have the app Awards Watch or Awards Expert from Brother Bro from the Oscar Expert, it's a very good app. I'm very active on that app, but for those who don't have access to that app, I also have predictions on my Letterboxd account, and that's where we're going to be using. So we're going to start off with the big one, Best Picture Drama. I have The Brutalist winning. I think it feels like the most locked in to get nominated. This is probably gonna get like 6 or 7 nominations. It's gonna get nominated for like director, actor, screenplay, supporting actor, score. May or may not get supporting actress. But yeah, I think The Brutalist like makes the most sense to win. I think it's gonna be this year's like Roma Power of the Dog, which is like the very like technically impressive movie, and then you're gonna have like a more crowd pleasing one in the comedy categories. So yeah, I have The Brutalist out front. Conclave is gonna get nominated. That's gonna get screenplay, actor, and score. It's gonna get director, maybe supporting actor, maybe too. But yeah, Dune Part 2 is gonna get nominated. Every time there's a blockbuster in Best Picture, it's gonna get the Golden Globe, and Dune Part 2 is no exception. Sing Sing, I think, is gonna do pretty well. The new Globes really opened themselves up last year to nominate more indie movies, like Past Lives, and even more so like more artsy movies like Zone of Interest. So I think Sing Sing makes a lot of sense for them to go with. I think they're gonna nominate both actors. I think it's gonna get a screenplay. Nickel Boys, I think is gonna get nominated. Nickel Boys has been doing pretty well this season so far. It's been doing really well at these critic awards. Romel Ross has won 2 director prizes at the Gotham Awards and at National Board of Review was John M. Chu. But yeah, I know he won the Gotham, and then he won New York Film Critics. Yeah, New York Film Critics. Those are the 2 he won. I think the nomination tally here is a little bit more minimum. Maybe it gets a screenplay or supporting actress is probably more likely than screenplay. Maybe if Romel Ross gets director here, that just means like he's a lock for the Oscar, which I already think he's gonna get nominated because I think it matches with their taste well. But yeah, that would just mean like so much if he actually like got in. And then my number 6 is A Complete Unknown. This has been doing pretty well. This made NBR top 10 and AFI top 10. Timothy Chalamet is going to get nominated. They could nominate Edward Norton too. I don't know if they're going to nominate Monica Barbaro or the screenplay or director or anything like that, but it could get those 3 nominations, and it's been doing pretty well. I think it can go all the way to the Oscar, but we'll see. For my 3 outside shots, I have quite a few outside. I have 3 outside shots. I have I'm Still Here, which is an international movie. One of the big that's going to get an international feature nomination here, and that's going to get another nomination, which we're going to talk about. The Room Next Door, it's Pedro Almodovar. You can nominate Tilda Swinton. You can nominate it in score, I guess. And then Gladiator 2, it's a big movie, but it's done. It didn't even get AFI top 10. Like, goodbye. That's not getting nominated. Other things that are not on here, Seed of the Sacred Fig. I don't really think they're going to go for the Seed of the Sacred Fig. And then Blitz is just dead. Gone. That's pretty much it. Now let's go to Best Picture, Musical or Comedy. I have a typo here. That should say 7, 8, 9, not 6, 7, 8. Okay. Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Let's just go on. Best Picture, Musical or Comedy. I have Anora winning. I think Anora's gonna win like Screenplay Actress here, maybe. I think it's probably the front runner to win Best Picture at the Oscars right now. So it makes sense to win Best Picture, Musical or Comedy here. I do think Wicked can upset though. I think Wicked could win like 3 Golden Globes. No, 4 because it's gonna win the box office category. Yeah, but that could win 4 Golden Globes at max. It could even win 3. I have it winning 2 right now, but you'll see what those 2 are. I think Wicked, it's a big musical. New Golden Globes shown that they aren't really too fond of musicals just yet. They didn't nominate The Color Purple last year, but Color Purple was weaker. Wicked's like a top 5 contender. Wicked's getting in. Amelia Perez probably going to get in. It's a big international thing. They love their international movies. The New Globes. Even though I haven't heard too much love for Amelia Perez on the internet, at least from like Discord servers and letterbox groups I'm in, like that movie's not really popular amongst them. I haven't seen it yet. I should get to it because it's gonna be a big contender probably. A Real Pain I think is gonna get nominated. That could get 4. I think that's gonna get 4 nominations. They're gonna nominate both actors and then screenplay. The Substance I think is gonna get in. That's haven't seen it, but it's a little interesting that it's in a comedy because it's a whole body horror movie. But I think that makes it actually easier for it to get nominated. If it was in drama, it would show like between that and The Complete Unknown, which one would actually be the bigger contender, though. So that's one downside because I really don't know which one is actually going to get that 10th slot at the Oscars right now. I don't know. I have A Complete Unknown for that 10th slot right now, but I think The Substance could get it, especially if it does really well here and gets like director, screenplay, even more than just like actress and picture, which it's already going to get. And then number 6, I have Challengers because it's a popular movie this year, so I guess they're just going to nominate it. Could get actress, could get score. I don't think it's going to get screenplay. Other outside shots, Saturday Night, could they do that? Who knows? Hitman. Glenn Powell's probably going to win for this. Will it get picture? Again, who knows? And The Wild Robot, I don't really think they're going to nominate. They're going to nominate that. But we'll see. I think that top 6 looks pretty good right now, unless Hitman or the Saturday Night can sneak in. That top 5, though, I think is going to get in because I think all those are pretty big competitors in Best Picture. Best Actress Drama. This category is a little interesting. In terms of who's winning, like Angelina Jolie for Maria, I guess could win. So, but that's like really due to like lack of competition because like Maggie Madison, Carlos Sofia Gascon, and Cynthia Erivo and Demi Moore are all in comedy. So Angelina Jolie is like the biggest one here, the biggest contender here. Nicole Kidman for Baby Girl. They love to nominate. The old Globes love to nominate Nicole Kidman. This will be no exception. They'll nominate her for this movie. Could she win for this? Who knows? Who knows? I think Jolie. It's a biopic. It's a Netflix movie. I think she'll have a easier time getting nominated. Hello. You're also here. We'll get to that we'll get to that category soon. But yeah. 3 and 4, I have Marianne Jean Baptiste for Hard Truths. She won Best Actress at New York Film Critics. She could get a BAFTA nomination too. People have said she's amazing in Hard Truths, so I think she's going to get nominated. Fernanda Torres in I'm Still Here. I think the New Globes will really like that movie. They love, as we saw last year, they love to go out for their international stuff, even down to Alma Poisty getting a Best Actress nomination for Fallen Leaves. So yeah, they love to nominate international stuff. We saw international movies in almost every single category last year. So yeah, I think Fernanda Torres is gonna get nominated for I'm Still Here. I have Tilda Swinton for number 5 for The Room Next Door. It's Tilda Swinton, an Almodovar movie, star power. Movie that probably appeals to the more international voting body. And then number 6, I have Saoirse Ronan for The Outrun. Not too confident about that one because The Outrun, like, that movie's barely been anywhere, but maybe she still gets in for being Saoirse Ronan. I don't know. Pamela, I do think Pamela Anderson could sneak in for The Last Showgirl. If I had to predict her, I'd probably snub Saoirse Ronan. However, this seems to be the consensus 6, and if I go against that, maybe I get something wrong. And I think when you're thinking about predicting a risk, it's probably better to, like, if there's a category that looks on paper safe, and there's a clear consensus 6, if you try to take a risk, maybe you snub someone, but at the end of the day, someone else gets snubbed and that person still gets in. So then it's going to be not great. So I'm going to stick with the consensus 6, but I do think Pamela Anderson can sneak in. Number 8, I have Kate Winslet for Lee. I don't know if the Globes are going to do this. Maybe the Oscars could because Frances Fisher, who was involved with the grassroots campaigns for Andrea Riseborough and Origin, praised Kate Winslet. Well, that probably makes sense because they were both in Titanic together. But like, still, if that becomes like a huge thing, well, sometimes grassroots campaigns, sometimes they come true with Andrea Riseborough, sometimes they don't come true, like with Origin. But I don't think Kate Winslet is actually going to get the Golden Globe nomination. And then Julianne Moore for The Room Next Door is just there just because. But it's probably not going to get in. I think it's going to be Tilda Swinton or bust for that movie. Oh, we have to. Yeah. Best Actor Drama, I have Adrien Brody out front for The Brutalist. If A Complete Unknown's in Best Picture, I'll be a little concerned that Timothée Chalamet could win because Timothée Chalamet is apparently giving a very baity performance as Bob Dylan. But Adrien Brody, I have him in the Best Picture Drama winning movie. Probably makes sense for him to win. I hear he gives like performance of the year. So I don't think people are going to be opposed to giving him a second Oscar or another Golden Globe if he's already won a few. But just as long as he doesn't kiss the presenter, it's all going to be good. Ralph Fiennes is going to get nominated for Conclave. Pretty obvious. Coleman Domingo is going to get nominated for Sing Sing. Yeah, again, lock. That top 4 is just elite. They're all going to get in. None of them are going to get snubbed. Daniel Craig, I have him getting nominated for Queer. Apparently, he's very great in that movie. They went for like Andrew Scott and All the Strangers last year, so I think they'll do Daniel Craig. And number 6 is an interesting one. I have Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice. Originally, I thought no. I said John David Washington for The Piano Lesson. However, Sebastian Stan just got the Indie Spirit nomination, which proves that not all awards bodies are going to be opposed to nominating a Donald Trump performance. So, yeah, I have him getting nominated for that. I do think he's vulnerable, though, because, again, it's a Donald Trump performance. He's playing Trump, and Hollywood hates Trump. But, yeah. I also think he's already getting nominated for A Different Man. They may not even, like, care to nominate him, but maybe he still gets in for being Sebastian Stan and for being great in the movie. No, my number 7, John David Washington. I could maybe see him getting in alongside Daniel Deadwyler, but yeah, Netflix. That movie's just like has no buzz, but it is Netflix. You can't really underestimate Netflix. Kingsley Ben-Adir for Bob Marley, One Love. Again, he's playing Bob Marley, but that movie came out really early, and it wasn't that, and people didn't really like it too much. Although it did do well at the box office. And Paul Mescal is number 9 for Gladiator 2. He's not getting in. If he was getting in, the movie would be getting picture, and the movie's not getting picture, so he's not getting in. All right, comedy, musical, acting categories now. Best actress, musical, or comedy. I think this is the category I'm most confident I could get 6 out of 6 in, but maybe this 6 could get disrupted too. But I think Maggie Madison is going to win for Nora. Seems pretty obvious to me. I think she's going to win the Oscar, pretty much win everything this season. I mean, she's in the Best Picture Comedy Musical winning movie, according to my predictions. So, makes sense for her to win here. Carla Sofia Gascon for Amelia Pereira. She's going to get nominated. In another year, she would maybe make history, but this movie isn't really too well liked by like a lot of people. Well, critics like it. Awards-wise, are probably gonna like it, but like among people online, they don't really care for it. I think Demi Moore is gonna get nominated for The Substance. Cynthia Erivo for Wicked is gonna get nominated too. She might not even be number 4. She might even be number 2. Yeah, I should maybe have her at number 2 actually. Once I update this predictions, I'm probably gonna move her up to number I'll move her up to number 2. And then Sofia Gascon is 3, and then Demi Moore is 4. All 4 of those are not going to get snubbed. All of them are going to get in, along with their movies in Best Picture. Number 5, I have Amy Adams in Night Bitch. She just got an Indie Spirit nomination. She's Amy Adams. The movie is apparently mid, but she's apparently fantastic in it, so she'll probably get in. Number 6, I have Zendaya for Challengers. She's Zendaya. She's the lead of this movie. This movie could get nominated for Comedy Musical. So yeah, I think it makes sense to have her in. She's also a Golden Globe winner for Euphoria. So yeah. June Squibb for Thelma is the one who could disrupt this top 6. She got the Indie Spirit nomination. There could be a big career narrative for her. However, who would she take out? That top 4 is not going anywhere. That top 4 is obviously gonna get in. So yeah, that top 4 is obviously gonna get in. Does she take out Amy Adams? Amy Adams would be super weak if she missed. Zendaya, are they really gonna nominate challengers and not nominate Zendaya? I think that'd be weird for them to do. Other outside shots, no one else really has a shot aside from that, from Mikey Madison all the way to June Squibb. But Emma Stone for Kinds of Kindness, Adria Arjona for Hitman, maybe, I don't know. Best Actor, Musical or Comedy, I think Glenn Powell is going to win for Hitman. I think he makes the most sense. I think he's the most likely to get nominated for the Oscar here. Jesse Eisenberg, I think, will get nominated for sure for A Real Pain. Could maybe get the Oscar nomination too. Sebastian Stan is probably going to get nominated for A Different Man. Gabriel Abel, I think he's going to get nominated for Saturday Night. I think Hugh Grant is going to get I don't really have much reason why. I just think they're going to get in. Well, Gabriel Bell is playing Lorne Michaels. And I think Saturday Night's going to get something here. It's not just going to get shut out. And Sebastian Stan, I think he's more likely to get in for The Apprentice. No, he's more likely to get in for A Different Man than for The Apprentice. I think if he gets only one nomination, it will be here. Hugh Grant, I have him getting nominated for Heretic, another horror movie in the comedy categories, but he's a big name. He's apparently fantastic in the movie, so I think he makes sense to have. And number 6, Jesse Plemons for Kinds of Kindness. I guess he can get in. He's Jesse Plemons. He's in Kinds of Kindness. I don't really know how much. I don't really try. I don't really like have too much confidence in anyone else. I guess Michael Keaton can get nominated for Beetlejuice. However, he didn't get nominated for the first one, so that's why I'm a little bit hesitant. And maybe because the Golden Globes, the new Golden Globes, like to go from like more smaller stuff. So I guess they could pick a Kinds of Kindness performance, and Jesse Plemons will get in out of those actors. 8, I have Jason Schwartzman for Between the Temples. Carol Kane won a Supporting Actress award at New York Film Critics for this, which was pretty interesting. I guess he could maybe like sneak in or something, but who knows? And then Joaquin Phoenix for Joker for All You Do. He's just there. He's not getting nominated. The movie flopped. It's dead. It's dead. It's gone. It's out of existence. It's gone forever. It's a cursed movie. Cursed movie. All right, Best Supporting Actress. I have Ariana Grande winning for Wicked. This could be a close race. I think this will be a close race between her and Zoe Saldana for Emilia Perez. But they're both the supporting actress performance in musicals. They love to honor supporting actress performance in musicals. But I think the hype is just going to be there for Ariana Grande. I think Wicked is a bigger contender overall. And, and I think Glinda's like such an amazing character. And I think they could reward her for this. Zoe Saldana is the older actress, though. Not too old, obviously, but like she's like the more veteran one. I would say more veteran. Maybe like people think Ariana Grande could be like Ryan Gosling and Barbie. Ryan Gosling was a way more comedic performance than this was. She's singing, she's acting, dancing, triple threat. Well, Zoe Saldana is also singing. Yeah, but I think Wicked's gonna be the bigger movie, so Ariana Grande, I'm gonna say she wins. Those are the only two people in this category who I'm actually confident will be there on Monday. Everyone else is vulnerable, I think. The 3 through 6 can be a giant shit show. It could be a mess. But I have Danielle Deadwyler getting in for The Piano Lesson. She was snubbed for Till, but maybe this is a different thing. It's also Netflix, and she's apparently like the best performance in the movie. I have Aunjanue Ellis Taylor getting nominated for Nickel Boys. This is one of the other nominations I have for Nickel Boys. I hear she's not in the movie a lot, but maybe she still gets in anyway because the movie is so big. So maybe she gets in. Well, maybe it's not too big. I don't think it's like a top 5 or anything, but I'm gonna say Aunjanue Ellis Taylor gets in. I'm gonna say she gets in. Yo, this live stream is so unpopular. So I'm gonna say Aunjanue Ellis gets in. I think the Globes and Critics' Choice could do it, and then maybe she gets in off of the movie getting Best Picture. The movie's gonna get some other nomination aside from Best Picture, and I think this is the most likely one actually. Felicity Jones for The Brutalist at number 5. I could see her getting snubbed. I could see it happening, but apparently she's amazing in the movie. So, and she got snubbed at the Oscars. I don't think that's a big deal. I don't really think that matters. They snubbed like Emily Blunt, Robert De Niro last year. That they still got in everywhere. They did snub Leonardo DiCaprio though, and he ended up missing the Oscar. But at Globes and Critics' Choice, he did well. So I'm gonna say Felicity Jones still gets in for The Brutalist. At number 6, I have Selena Gomez for Emilia Perez. Selena Gomez is a bigger name, and Emilia Perez is an international movie. I think it makes sense for the Globes to pick her. I think it makes sense. I don't think she's gonna get the Oscar nomination, but I think she'll get Golden Globe. I think she'll get that. If she gets snubbed, though, goodbye. She's gone. Other outside shots they could do: Margaret Qualley for the Substance. If she gets in, the Substance is gonna get like 5 nominations. It's gonna be crazy. If she gets in, the movie's getting Best Picture at the Oscars. It's gonna get Director at the Oscars. It's gonna be in there because she may not even get in if the movie's in Best Picture. But if she does get in, the movie's obviously gonna get Best Picture. So she's on the outside shot. She's an outside shot, I think. Saoirse Ronan and Blitz, I guess. I just think Blitz is kind of dead, so I don't really know whether to nominate her, but she's Saoirse Ronan, so I guess. And Isabella Rossellini for Conclave. Apparently, she's not even in the movie a lot, but yeah, I guess I have to have her on the outside. Because she is a Conclave, the Globes will probably like Conclave. All right, supporting actor. I have Kieran Culkin winning for A Real Pain. I think this makes sense now because A Real Pain's a big thing, and he's like, apparently he's like, people are praising his performance. They say he's amazing. So I think it makes a lot of sense to win. He already won 2 prizes. He won New York Film Critics, and he won. I think he won NBR as well. Yeah. So yeah, He's only won 2 prizes this season, and I could see continuing because it's that great of a performance according to a lot of people. I'm so behind on these movies. I have to see more of them. I've obviously seen Wicked and like Gladiator 2, and are those the only? I've seen Dune. Obviously, I've seen Dune. But yeah. Yeah, I think Kieran Culkin's gonna win. Guy Pearce is gonna get nominated for The Brutalist for sure. Clarence Macklin's gonna get nominated for Sing Sing, obvious. I think Denzel Washington is gonna get nominated for Gladiator 2. It's Denzel Washington. It's in a bigger movie. If he gets snubbed here, goodbye. But I think they'll nominate him. I have Yura Borisov getting him for Anora. I think the old Globes would not nominate him, but I think the new Globes will nominate him. I think they're more likely to go for like more lesser known actors. And apparently Yura Borisov, his performance has become so popular. So I think he's surging and he's gonna get nominated here. And number 6, I have Edward Norton in A Complete Unknown. He's Edward Norton. People say he's great in the movie, and the reactions that have come out. I think he makes sense to have in. I don't think he has to get in because like musical biopics don't really get supporting nominations. That almost rarely ever happens. I mean, Walk the Line got multiple acting nominations, but those were both in lead. Can't really think of the last time a supporting performance in a biopic really got in. But Edward Norton could maybe be different because he's Edward Norton. Stanley Tucci can maybe get in for Conclave again if Conclave is big, and he's Stanley Tucci, and he's probably the second most prominent role in that film. But maybe it's just Ralph Fiennes who gets nominated. Jonathan Bailey for Wicked. If they really love Wicked, they can nominate him. I think. Yeah, but they didn't do like America Ferrera for Barbie last year, so maybe I don't think they would do Jonathan Bailey. I think America Ferrera got that Oscar nomination because of that monologue. Jonathan Bailey has like the dancing through life scene, but he doesn't really have like an Oscar scene like where he like cries or screams or anything like that. But I would still have him on the outside, but I don't quite think he's in there. Number 9, and then number 9, I have Brian Tyree Henry for The Fire Inside. Again, maybe he could get in, but I don't know. Probably not. Best Director. This category is a mess. This category is gonna be crazy. And I can't wait. Brady Corbett for The Brutalist versus Sean Baker for Anora. Those two could win. I have Corbett winning because like he's directed the more like technical achievement. So I guess the Globes could pick him. I have Sean Baker winning the Oscar, but I have Corbett winning here and like at Critics' Choice. I don't really know why else I'd have him above Sean Baker, but the movie's probably gonna win picture, so he could probably win director too. I think Denis Villeneuve will get nominated for Dune Part 2. They nominated him for the first one, so I think they'll nominate him. They like to nominate for the blockbusters. They love to nominate them in director, unless you're Top Gun Maverick. Then you don't get a director nomination. But if you're Avatar, if you're Mad Max Fury Road, if you're the first Dune, you get nominated for director. I really think John M. Chu is going to get nominated for Wicked. He won National Board of Review for director. I think they're really going to like Wicked, so they're going to nominate John M. Chu. I don't think he's going to get the Oscar nomination because it's so out of line with what the Oscars nominate, because they love to be very highbrow in that category. They don't really go for more blockbuster stuff. And if they go for a blockbuster director, it's going to be Denis Villeneuve. They're not going to nominate both him and Chu. It'll be just Villeneuve, or it won't be either of them. But yeah, I think John Chu's going to get nominated due to Wicked being a bigger contender, and I think he'll get Critics' Choice, DGA, Miss BAFTA, and Miss Oscar. Number 5, I have Jacques Audiard for Amelia Perez. Again, it's an international movie. It makes sense to have a director. International musical. Um, some people think he can miss, but I wouldn't predict like the director of an international movie to miss when this awards body, as we saw last year, has shown to be very kind to international movies, directors, and performances. Well, maybe not directors because they didn't nominate Trier or Glazer last year, but actors and films, they love their international stuff now. And then number 6, I have Edward Berger for Conclave. Again, I think it makes sense, I guess, but I think he can miss if they want to throw us a bone and give it. If they want to like go crazy and nominate Ramel Ross for Nickel Boys or Corley Farjat for The Substance. If those two get in, one of those two or both of them, it would be so obvious that they're gonna get the Oscar nomination. It wouldn't even be funny how obvious it would be. Um, so yeah, I think one of them could sneak in. Farjat, maybe Russ. I mean, they didn't nominate like Jonathan Glazer last year, and Nickel Boys is kind of like a similar technical achievement. But it's also not an international director. He can maybe get in like Celine Song if you're gonna want to compare it to like a more independent movie that wasn't well, Past Life was an international at the Golden Globes, but it's an American movie, so yeah. I think those 8 can all get in. And then number 9, I have Pedro Almodovar for The Room Next Door. I guess he's just there, but I don't think they're gonna nominate Mohamed Rasselov for Seed of the Sacred Fig because they didn't do Glazer or Trier last year. Um, so yeah. All right, best screenplay. I have Anora winning. I think Anora makes a lot of sense to win, especially with that winning picture. I think it's going to win screenplay. Conclave is probably number 2. It's probably going to win adapted at the Oscars. I don't think it will beat Anora though. The Brutalist is going to get in due to it being a big movie. A Real Pain is going to get nominated due to it being very big in screenplay. Sing Sing is big in screenplay, and it's going to get 3 other nominations, so I think that makes sense to have. And number 6, I have Nickel Boys. Seems like another nomination that could get. The Substance could, if The Substance gets this and director, I'll predict that in my top 10 over a complete unknown. But for now, I have it missing screenplay. But if it gets in, it's gonna be huge for it. Amelia Perez, if they love the movie enough, they can nominate it. I already have the movie getting 9 nominations as it is. Well, 7 categories, but 2 double nominations. Spoiler alert. But so would it really get 10 nominations at the Golden Globes? Also, they don't really like to nominate musicals. The last thing they nominated a musical was Chicago, so yeah, but this is an original one. I don't really think it'll matter though. I think they'll snub it still. And number 9, I have Challengers. Just because it's there. Best Animated Feature, The Wild Robots winning. Obvious. Inside Out 2 is going to get nominated. Obvious. Flow's getting nominated. It's doing really well at Critics Group so far. That's getting in. Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul. That's going to get in. They don't really go for... well, they don't love to nominate Netflix, but they did nominate like Over the Moon in 2020. So, and they nominated Shaun the Sheep back in 2015. I think it's going to get nominated off of being a big contender. And apparently being really good. It's also Wallace and Gromit, and it's Aardman, Netflix. Memoir of a Snail, I think, will get nominated too. That's the Oscar 5, the obvious Oscar 5. And at number 6, I have Look Back. This is an animated film. I've heard some buzz about it. I heard it's good. This could be like this year's Inu-Oh or Suzume or like My Sunny Mod, the random anime movie that gets nominated for best anime feature. Well, Suzume is not a random; it's an amazing movie. But yeah, and I think they'll nominate Look Back. However, looking right on the outside is probably going to be the highest grossing movie of the year, Moana 2. The reason why I have this missing, even though it's a huge box office hit, is because critics think it's just mid. They don't really think it's great. So I think they're going to go for more acclaimed animated movies over Moana 2. Or maybe Moana 2 gets in here, but I think it's going to miss the Oscar anyway. Frozen 2 missed the Oscar. So I see no reason why they are gonna do Moana 2, but over this consensus 5. But maybe it gets sneaking at the Globes. They'll probably get like it could get like 2 other nominations here. So maybe it gets animated feature. But I'm gonna take a risk with Look Back, and if that doesn't happen, then well, Moana 2 might not happen either because critics think it's mid. Although they did do Wish last year, but I'm gonna say Moana 2 misses. I'm gonna say that, and it'll bite me in the ass if that gets an Overlook Back or maybe even Memoir of a Snail. But yeah, Transformers 1, they didn't nominate Ninja Turtles last year, so I don't think they'll nominate Transformers 1. And then Piece by Piece is just there. They don't really. They nominated Flea, but that's like the only time in recent memory where I can recall they nominated a documentary. Best non-English language feature, I have Amelia Perez probably going to win if that's in Best Picture. Getting 8 other nominations, I'll win. I'm Still Here is going to get in. The Sea of the Sacred Fig is going to get nominated. All We Imagine as Light is going to get nominated. That's been doing really well at critic groups. Universal Language I have at 5. I heard that's kind of similar to like Fallen Leaves in terms of like tone. So probably like this like comedy movie. So I guess I have that getting in. Probably seems accessible. Number 6 I have The Girl with the Needle from Denmark. That could get in. That I think that's a little more of like a highbrow movie, but I'll still say that gets in. Well, this category I kind of just have to guess really. Didi, they nominated like Past Lives, The Farewell, Minari. Maybe Didi could be that, but I don't really know if it's even eligible. I just have it there in case. Kneecap could maybe happen, and then Vermiglio or How to Make Millions Before Grandma Dies. Maybe those can get in, but I don't know. I'm just guessing with this category. Best original score, The Brutalist is gonna win. I think that trailer music was insane. So if that's the actual score, like there's no reason why it's gonna lose. Conclave's gonna get nominated. Amelia Perez is an original musical in score. I think they'll get in. Dune Part 2. If it doesn't have any eligibility problems here, I don't think it'll miss. I think they'll nominate it. I really think the Globes are going to do The Wild Robot. They nominated 2 animated movies last year. I think it really seems like up their alley to do The Wild Robot. And then Challengers, one of the most popular movie scores of the year. I think they'll get in. Other outside shots, The Room Next Door is by one of their favorites, Alberto Iglesias, who they nominated for Parallel Mothers. The old Globes did. So maybe he can get in for this movie. I haven't gotten the Oscar nomination too because Dune's not there, and I don't really trust that the Oscars are going to nominate The Wild Robot for anything outside of animated feature. Saturday Night, it's Jon Batiste, and they recorded it in a very interesting way by having it live on set. So yeah. And then Wicked, if they absolutely love Wicked, they can nominate it in score too. Let's do original song. Mi Camino is probably going to win from Amelia Perez. El Mal from Amelia Perez will get nominated. I really think they're going to go for The Wild Robot in these music categories. So have Kiss the Sky getting nominated from that movie. I listen to that song. It's pretty mid, so I don't think that should win, but yeah. Forbidden Road from Better Man. This may have like screener issues, but it's Robbie Williams. I listened to the song. I watched like a live performance of it. It was good. So I think they'll nominate it assuming they don't have screener issues. Beautiful That Way from The Last Showgirl. I have that getting nominated because it's Miley Cyrus against Star Power, and then I have Beyond from Moana 2 getting nominated from Moana. And some of these other picks I don't really think will happen. Piece by Piece from Piece by Piece. They don't like to nominate documentary songs. Well, Piece by Piece is kind of like a narrative documentary. Like it's not just like a full-on documentary. It's kind of like it's told in Legos. It's kind of an interesting way to make a documentary, and it's also Pharrell Williams, so maybe they can nominate that. If I hear some good reasoning to make me convinced that it'll get in, then I'll predict it. But for now, I'm gonna leave it out. Like a Bird from Sing Sing. It's from Sing Sing, but they don't really like to nominate like these lesser known songs from Best Picture nominees. Usually, if they nominate a song for Best Picture nominee, it'll be something like really big, like the Amelia Perez songs. And number 9, I just have another documentary song with Never Too Late from Elton John, Never Too Late. That's probably not going to get in because, again, they don't like their documentary songs. And then our final category, the stupid category, best cinematic and box office achievement. Wicked is gonna win. They did Barbie last year. They're gonna do Wicked again this year. I don't really know how else to describe it. Them doing Barbie just made me really confident they're just gonna do Wicked. Dune Part 2 is gonna get nominated. Inside 2 is gonna get nominated due to being a big box office movie, the highest grossing animated movie of all time, and the highest grossing movie of the year so far, unless Moana 2 tops it. Deadpool Wolverine is gonna get nominated again, big box office behemoth. Gladiator 2 is gonna get nominated. Probably one of the bigger awards movies in this category. I think it'll make sense to get nominated. Both Glicken movies there. Moana 2 is gonna get nominated for being a big box office hit. Beetlejuice, I think it was a hit at the box office. I'll get in. And Twisters, it was a disappointment at the box office, but they nominated Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning last year, so they'll nominate one disappointment. I think this makes sense for them. I think it makes sense. It has a lot of full blockbusters. The Wild Robot could maybe sneak in. Despicable Me 4, maybe. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, maybe. And that's it. And those are all the movies I have getting Best Picture nominations here. So yeah, that is it for my Golden Globe nominations. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for my live nomination reactions on Monday. They're gonna be crazy. I'm gonna avoid all spoilers. I'm not even gonna have these comments like on my StreamYard. I'm not even gonna have them up. I'm gonna have something else up. So that way you don't get spoiled, because that would suck. That would suck. I'm going to I'm not gonna watch the announcements because they always make it hard to find the announcement video. The Oscars live streamed on their YouTube channel. The Globes don't do that, which is very frustrating. But so I'm gonna look at them on the website, but I'm gonna look at them in whichever order I want. I'm gonna go from cinematic box office all the way up to Best Picture drama in that exact same order. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.